Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Were you spoiled as a kid growing up? Did your parents bestow upon you such lavish blessings as loving you and feeding you? Are you a cisgendered, heteronormative, problematic, white privileged piece of shit? Well, if you don't know the answer to any of those questions, we're gonna let BuzzFeed tell us. The ever wonderful, illustrious, completely unbiased BuzzFeed. We're looking at a quiz today of theirs called, were you spoiled as a kid growing up? I don't know. Let's see, BuzzFeed. Let's see. There was a framed photo of you displayed prominently in the house. I think like 100% of parents have a framed photo of their children somewhere because they're not savages and they fucking love their kids. I don't think that's like a spoiled as fuck thing. But if you're talking about like a 5-foot tall fucking Kramer or something on top of the fireplace with like golden garland surrounding it and candles, you know, the limbs and organs of small little animals in some kind of cultist ritual, I think that that shit goes deeper than your parents spoiling you. There's some serious fucking issues there. Your parents attended most of your performances, recitals, sports competitions. Yes, they did. They weren't shitty fucking parents, and they cared about their kids. I know that's a wild idea, BuzzFeed, but it happens sometimes. When you were in college, your parents sent you care packages and flowers on the regular. I don't know why your parents would be sending you flowers. A little fucked up to me, to be completely honest. I mean, does somebody die every week? They need to send you flowers? I get the care package thing. I mean, you're broke as fuck, you're in college. Parents like, yo, hey, here's some KD, kid. Don't starve. Maybe some toilet paper so you can take a shit in peace without having to worry about being able to afford that and your next month's rent. But flowers, I don't really get. You got a bedtime story every night and got tucked in personally every night. I remember it well. They would call the maids and the butlers up and they would line them up in front of my bed as it sat on the veranda and the terrace overlooking the garden in the backyard. They would have the maids and the butlers sing in unison a heavenly choir as my parents themselves would sit on the edge of my bed, the golden silk linen bed sheets, and they would read from the ancient Illuminati tomes the stories of our people and how we came to rise to prominence in the world and enslave every other race. That's what you wanted to hear, isn't it, BuzzFeed? You got handmade Halloween costumes. Handmade Halloween costumes are clearly the much more economical option. That's like the opposite of being spoiled as fuck. Have you ever gone to the store and seen those shitty pre-packaged fucking like paper thin Batman costumes in the plastic bags for like 90 bucks? That's some privileged shit. If your parents are willing to go to the store and buy you for a one-night use only that piece of shit in a little plastic bag hanging on the Walmart for $90, then you're spoiled as fuck, dude. You got a packed lunch most days. I got a packed lunch sometimes. Sometimes I did not. Either way, I'm starting to think that BuzzFeed accidentally uploaded the were your parents actually pieces of shit quiz on top of the were you spoiled as a kid quiz. You got help with homework every night. Yes, I did. Because my parents weren't pieces of shit. Hashtag spoiled as fuck. You got to skip school for special occasions, like to see the midnight premiere of Harry Potter. Try the midnight release of the Nintendo Wii. BuzzFeed, Harry Potter. That's a fucking totally BuzzFeed thing to say. You can count the number of times you were grounded on one hand. That's totally on the kid, man. If you were a shitty fucking kid, then you got grounded more. It's kind of like a 1-to-1 mathematical ratio. It's a direct correlation. If you were a shitty kid, you got fucking grounded. If you were not a shitty kid, you did not get grounded. You got to paint and draw on the walls of your room. Who the fuck's parents let them do that? I don't even care how rich you are. If you are like a fucking billionaire, nobody lets their kid gives their kids just a can of paint. It's like, yo, fuck up the walls. It's all good, dude. Draw big fucking dicks all over the walls. Nobody lets their kids do that. It doesn't matter how rich you are. I don't even know why this is a question that exists on your test. Did your parents regularly let you kick them in the fucking balls? No, because That's retarded. I don't even know if I can finish this test, to be completely honest with you. Your parents drove you to all of your practices and extracurricular activities. You had a home-cooked dinner every night. You had help on big projects like building a solar system and diorama and stuff. Your parents didn't chain you to a bed in the fucking rape dungeon basement for 30 years, sliding little pieces of ground up spam under the door to feed you until you were 29 years old, and then eventually the police had to come and rescue you and you were fucked up mentally. That's the world that BuzzFeed thinks that we live in. Like, you ever just imagine the world that you think BuzzFeed like pictures? Unless you were just beaten regularly, never tucked in, never read bedtime stories, never had lunches made for you, your parents never drove you anywhere, your parents never told you that they loved them, called you a piece of shit, they shaved your head, they got you to join the fucking military when you didn't want to, and then you winded up in a bathroom at the age of 29, marching and shouting incoherently, and then you shot yourself in the fucking head.
This is my rifle! There are many like it, but this one is mine!
That's the person that BuzzFeed, you know, that's what BuzzFeed sees the world as being, but that guy was white, so, I guess he had it coming, because he was white. Apparently here I was spoiled as fuck as a kid, which is good to know. Another solid slammaroonie from the BuzzFeed team. I really appreciate the good hard work that they put out there and the loving, accepting messages of compassion and community that they try to foster throughout the world. Really just a grade A website, grade A people. BuzzFeed, I love ya. Never stop doing what you're doing. And I'll see you guys on the next video.